How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massa Beer Reviews, back with a little bit of mystery beer, courtesy of my boy Steven. Yeah, a little bit of a not-so-psychopath wrap. He's getting a little bit kind of more sane on his wrapping, and of what I'm only going to assume is aged beer, or I could be wrong. Only because a lot of the last beers that he sent me, mystery beer-wise, were aged beers, so maybe, maybe not. We'll see what's what. Label-wise, fantastic United States Postal Service style wrappings. What does that look like? Sour. It has to be a sour, right? With the kind of washed out caramel kind of color, but that head dissipating infinitely quick. I'm guessing this has to be some kind of sour. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. So it's got that kind of penny-ish coppercorn kind of thing going on with that head that was just off white that dissipated really quickly. Let's get nose. Apple cider. No, apple juice. Apple juice. That's what I'm getting on this beer. Apple juice. So it's a sour. If it's not a sour, then it's a beer that's turned sour, but it's not overly aggressive, not overly acidic. Like I said, it comes off like apple juice. By that I mean there's like this kind of Macintoshy, maybe even green apple kind of thing going on, but it's more kind of red apple, kind of Macintosh apple, with a nice sweetness to it, but this nice kind of tartness going on. Yeah. So somebody's kind of sour / wild ale. That's all I got from the nose. It's really just a lot of apple coming on. So let's dive in. Cheers. What is this? It tastes so familiar. What is this beer? I should sit here and not say anything for a while because there's a lot going on here. Okay, I'm trying to peg the beer exactly. I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm trying to peg the brewery. I mean, the bottle shape alone just makes me think it's Sierra Nevada. Or not Sierra Nevada. Could be Sierra Nevada, but more Founders. It's somebody's sour. Sour wild ale. Sour / wild ale. It's not overly acidic. It's not overly enamel ripping. It's not like crazy sour, like cheek puckering sour. It leans more into that kind of apple juice kind of thing with a little bit of subtle kind of sourness to it, but there's something else to it. Something kind of almost borderline on savory. So, this is a Belgian Golden Sour, aged in oak barrels, no spirit. I think that's it. This has got to be Allagash. This is one of Allagash's beers. I bet this is Allagash. It's not the Cruet, is it? I don't think it's the Cruet. That's Jim Beam barrel aged. So I don't know. I guess it could be. Which would kind of be even outside of what my knee-jerk reaction to ABV is. I think this is knee-jerk, it's 6, but it's probably closer to like 9. It's kind of one of those deceptive kind of sours. So what do they call that? What do they call the Cruet from Allagash? They call it, it's a Belgian Golden Sour, Belgian Golden Saison Sour, something along those lines, aged in Jim Beam barrels. And I think that's what this beer is. If it's not, it's something along those lines. Allagash beer, I almost bet a lot of money in it's Allagash. 9%. Spent time in a barrel. Initially didn't think there was spirit involved, but I think that's where we're getting a bulk of the sweetness for this beer. Maybe it's from that spirit, but I'm not getting a huge ABV off of it, so maybe that spirit kind of bumped up the base beer from a 6 and change to closer to 9. Done. Allagash Cruet. That's my guess on this beer. With a little bit of time on it. 1.5 years, 2 years on it. Let's see how wrong I am. I can't be 2 for 2. I called the last one I did from Steven. Nope. This is Lagunitas Woodshop Series Sonominic. It's a sour farmhouse ale aged in Sonoma red wine barrels. So, yeah, I just wanted to be right rather than being close. Hence the reason why I went for that Cruet. It didn't really come off like Jim Beam. You can tell me red wine is in there. That's fine. I don't think it imparts all that huge part of a vinousness to it. I think it's more kind of like just a tart sweetness. Yeah, it'd be, if you told me that it was aged on red wine grapes, I would say yes, more than red wine barrels. But again, I'm wrong. 8.2, so I was a little bit closer in ABV. I saw this the other day. We can get this locally, and I was kind of intrigued. I kind of wanted to pick it up, and I was like, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll come back to it because it's Lagunitas and it would be there. But yeah, I mean, it's a sour farmhouse ale. I said that age in a barrels just happened to be wine over Jim Beam. You'd be like, well, the difference in that is crazy. The fluid that was in that barrel isn't imparting an infinitely crazy amount of taste on this beer. If it was a Jim Beam thing, it was more the barrel that I was leaning towards, because there definitely was a barrel character involved. Like I said, it was originally kind of a vibe of a no spirit barrel. Let me taste this one more time, see if I can dig into those red grapes a little bit. I mean, sure. I mean, vinousness and slight farmhouse tartness kind of go hand in hand. This is 2020, so it's a relatively fresh beer, but a fun mystery beer nonetheless. Thank you very much, Stephen. I like this. It's a really tasty beer. And that's the one thing I actually get really angry at myself for doing these mystery beers, is I always forget to just talk about how much I enjoy the beer before I unveil it. I feel like once you unveil it, there's a little bit of preconceived notion, because if it's like a brewery I like, or blah, 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 who knows. But I like this. I like this quite a bit. Very tasty. Give me exactly what I want to get. And just a damn tasty, tart, sour, not overly aggressive kind of beer. I mean, listen, it's Lagunitas. This is probably like, what, $13 for a 4-pack? I mean, they're kings of price point, essentially, when it comes to beer nowadays, and they do a really good job of it. And diving into this beer, I wouldn't say it'd be something, if you're a great, big, huge wine lover, you'd love this beer. Maybe you get a little bit more vinousness out of it than I would. But if you like tart, sour, Belgian golden style ales, they say farmhouse, I'm okay with that, but it's more Belgian golden for me. And you dig that, and you like that tartness without the over acidity to it, then this beer is going to be really tasty for you. You're going to dig it quite a bit. So, is it one of the better sour beers, barrel-aged sour beers that I've had as of late? It's worthy of being in a conversation. Might not be Mount Rushmore status, but it's damn tasty. And it's Lagunitas, so you can get it, and it's probably relatively price-friendly. Value availability, again, there you go. And leave you with, if you like what we like this, if you like, like Belgian-leaning kind of farmhouse ales, barrel-aged beers, and you like a menage of the two. You're not into overly acidic sour, you're more into the apple juice kind of sour. That's where this beer kind of comes off. So, actually, now when I think about it, I keep leaning into apple juice. It probably was that vinous characteristic that I confused with apple juice, so that's bad on me. Poopy palate guy. And there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Down there if you want to talk about it. Thank you yet again, Stephen, for sending off mystery beer. If you feel like sending off mystery beers, reach out to me. MattMassabeers.com or massabeers@gmail.com. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of Lagunitas right now. Hope we'll see you next time. Cheers.